I'm very excited to have my next guest join us. She just dropped her debut album, Queen of Texas. It is the one and only Solya. Hello.
Hello.
I think you are the one and only that is in the prominent space right now. Am I right?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, well, we're going to claim that.
I claim it.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm sweating bullets because I'm in your presence.
Oh my God.
I'm sure you get that quite frequently. We're shooting this in some random warehouse in Los Angeles. Do you get recognized and stopped nowadays?
Not in LA.
Yeah?
I think that there are so many notable people in LA that no one really cares, which is cool. I can just walk around, no one cares.
You're not a doppelganger for someone else?
No, actually, I don't think so.
Really?
No.
Has anybody said that to you where they're like, you kind of have some resemblance to...
I don't think so. I don't think I've gotten that.
Good. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up. You don't want to try to be somebody else,
Yeah,
right?
I don't.
Solya.
I'm Solya. I'm the
Queen of Texas. Jinx. Anyway, we're talking about your debut album, which is just fantastic. I've been really excited to talk to you about it and meet you. You have quite the history in terms of your musical journey and all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? But just to take us to the present, do you live in LA now, or
No,
you
I
spend
live
a lot
in
of time?
Texas.
Yeah, whereabouts?
Around the West Texas area.
What are we talking about? Lubbock or Abilene?
Talking about Abilene, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, how did you?
I took a
just
cross-country trip literally a few years ago, and it took us on the 20, I believe. And we drove literally from the east side of Texas, all the way through Texas, back to California here.
Oh, wow.
Did you travel much in Texas? Do you know all those cities?
I've been to quite a few places in Texas. I did a Texas run. I did 4 dates. It was in Dallas, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio.
Oh.
So just these past few weeks, and now I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You did a few shows, a handful of shows to celebrate the album release.
Yeah, and then I'll go on my full tour at the end of May.
What was the reception like?
Oh, it was great. It was
Yeah.
great. The first 2 shows, the record wasn't out yet, so people were just watching, and I hadn't given any sneak peeks or anything, so no one knew what I was doing. But there were people singing along the day it came out, so that was cool.
That's got to be a trip.
Yeah.
When are they going to erect a statue of you?
Tomorrow, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, how fortunate that I have all these cameras on mobile.
I know. It's actually tomorrow. So, I mean, if you're in town, you can be there for the unveiling of the Queen of Texas statue in LA.
Would you like bronze? Do you prefer
Oh, it's
copper?
going to be pure gold.
Pure gold.
Yeah.
Shoot for the stars.
Yeah.
And what would the pose be? Because there's so many different animated poses I feel that you probably
Oh, it's going to
present.
be the album cover with the dress coming up, and it'll be like...
Oh, hey. Are you recognized more locally? That's our girl.
I get recognized a lot when I'm just anywhere in Texas. That's mostly where I'm recognized. I was at Disneyland the other day and I got recognized there, but it's a lot calmer in big places like this, because everybody's just used to seeing everybody.
Right. What was the town that you grew up in?
I grew up in Abilene.
Wow, and I just pulled that out of a
Yeah,
hat.
you just pulled it out of a hat. I was born in Lubbock, and I lived there for the first maybe 3 or 4 years of my life, and then we lived in Pittsburgh when I was maybe 5, 6, and 7, and then we moved to Abilene, and that's just basically, that's where I'm from now, because I've lived there the longest.
And what was it like growing up in a tiny town, conservative area?
It was kind of desolate, and it was kind of lonely, and that's thematically, that's a lot of the inspiration for the album, is growing up in a place like that where it is conservative and it is just kind of lonely.
There's a difference between being alone and lonely, and you reference a lonely existence.
Yeah.
But I feel that you are comfortable being alone at the same time.
Yeah, it's I would rather be alone than be in a horrible situation, and I would rather be alone than be in a...
At what age did things start to take shape in terms of understanding your environment and figuring yourself out as a person and feeling not part of that community?
I don't think I really figured myself out until recently. I think that like from the time I started making music in my bedroom when I was like 16, I had no idea anything about myself. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't really know like who I was, but now I think I do. I have a pretty good understanding of myself, I think.
Were there any moments of prejudice or being shunned that led up to?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and bullying and things
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
of course. I mean, being like different, being more alternative in a place like Abilene, I mean, you're bound to get some flack.
Yeah. Where do you think your personality and what you are now was shaped by? Do you think that your parents were kind of contributing factors to that, being more open and free?
Oh yeah, I mean, they always supported me in everything I did. So I mean, I think I've always felt pretty comfortable being myself, but I didn't exactly know who I was until recently. And I think traveling around and making new friends and meeting new people, that's just kind of like helped me form as a person.
Interesting place for your parents to have chosen to raise a family.
Well, that's where my dad got a job.
Oh, so just got to take where the money
Yeah.
is and support the family.
Yeah.
And were they also active in the community to try to not so much push an agenda of sorts, right? But just to kind of like see what's going on and
I don't know. We kind of just we're a tight like family unit, and we've always been that way. My dad's a scientist, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind?
Cancer research.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in tiny Abilene, Texas, there was a job for a
Yeah.
cancer researcher.
There was.
Not Stanford in California,
No,
not in New York.
Yeah, that's where it was.
Wow. And that didn't inspire you to?
Oh, I'm no good at science. I was no good at school or anything. So
And-
it's always been music. That's always been what I'm good at.
What were the influences in music-wise that they had?
Music-wise,
Your
well, my parents, they played, when I was really, really little, they played a lot of like 70s music, lots of 50s, 60s, 70s. So like Buddy Holly, the Ronettes, David Bowie, T-Rex, Harry Nilsson, Warren Zevon, you know, all of that stuff, like analog stuff. And that's what really did inspire like making the record on analog equipment, to have that kind of warmth sound that I grew up listening to.
At what age did you start making music on your own?
On my own, 16.
And prior to that, it was just fiddling around on the guitar and
Yeah, so I've played piano since I was 6, and I picked up guitar at 14, but I didn't really take it seriously until I was 16. I didn't get any good at it till I was 18.
what was the first song that you tried to cover or learn to play?
I think maybe it was Do You Realize by the Flaming Lips.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's my favorite band.
That's really advanced. Oh, have you ever seen them live?
Yeah, 3
One of my
times.
favorite bands as well.
Really?
Like Wayne Coyne is just like
I love
a
Wayne
god.
Coyne. Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing. The shows, the music.
Shows are amazing. Yeah, they've inspired me a lot. Just like, yeah.
I can see where this is like now
yeah.
originating from.
I appreciate that.
Where did you discover the Flaming Lips?
Flaming Lips, I think, actually my parents, like when I was younger, they played like the Yoshimi album.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if I really was paying attention. And then like when I was like 14, I like went and I listened to it and I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. And so I got really into them, and I really like their newer album, American High.
He still got it.
Yeah.
Wayne still has it.
That's still amazing.
I mean, it's so deserving that they have a tiny street next that's named after them in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I've been there.
Me too.
I have a picture
Cross
by the...
country, I went to Oklahoma City.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was random too. I didn't
Yeah.
intend to stop.
You just like saw it and you're like, oh wow.
Okay, you want to know the real story? My
Okay, yeah.
truck broke down.
It did?
So I had to like take it to a shop, me and my dog,
Uh-huh.
and we're just wandering the streets of Oklahoma City. Like, all right, well, I know the Thunder play here, and I was looking
Yeah.
up sites to see. I was like, oh, the Flaming Lips Street. And it's right next to a
Yeah.
baseball stadium.
That's perfect then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to the baseball stadium and went down the street and had lunch. And
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the perfect place for your truck to break down.
as opposed to Abilene.
Yeah.
I'm sure as like a little kid, at least you were humming along or singing along to yeah, right? Like some of the other songs that they had. Any elements of Flaming Lips in your
Yeah, for
presentation
sure.
of
I
music?
think they've really inspired like my love for synthesizers. So I'm really into synthesizers. So I used a lot of Mellotron on the record and several other synthesizers like the Selena, the Prophet, stuff like that. Especially in like Silver Swan and Queen of Texas, those are more like, I don't know, like whirly songs, with a big atmosphere.
Your music is definitely cinematic.
Well, thank you.
You're painting a picture.
That's the goal.
You close your eyes and it's like, yeah, Born Wicked.
Yeah.
It takes you to a whole new sphere every time I hear it. It takes me to a whole new sphere and world. What was the world that you were thinking of with that particular song?
With that particular song, well, musically, I'd say that one was really inspired by like Bob Dylan and Shaky Graves, like kind of that folk rock sound.
Where does this love of older music come from?
My parents.
Just really
just on the record player, hearing all of those records all the time throughout my childhood. I mean, it was really influential for me as a little kid.
Any more contemporary artists that you vibe with?
Yeah, for sure. I really like Charlie Crockett.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like Charlie Crockett, Shaky Graves.
So still same ilk, folk Americana rock.
Yeah, I like stuff like that. I like Yeat. I like Denzel Curry. I like rap music a lot. I like electronic music. I really like Yule.
Yule is amazing.
I love Yule.
Presentation on stage is just insane.
One of my favorite artists.
And videos is just like crazy.
Absolutely.
What about the visual elements, considering that your music is so cinematic and just, again, takes one to a world that you're trying to create?
Yeah.
What are the visuals in which you try to convey?
I want to convey like this like West Texas feel, but with like this whimsical nature as well. Like glitter and rhinestones, but also like wood panels and horseback riding. You know what I mean? And cowboy boots. Where it's like sparkly, it's sparkly, but it's where I'm from. It takes elements of different parts of what I like.
Considering that you were kind of that interesting kid, let's say, the art kid in school, you're very proud of where you're from.
I am.
Did you ever feel like I got to get out of here? I'm going to graduate early.
I did graduate early. I
Okay.
graduated a year early from high school. But I don't know.
There were no
I really
desires?
don't mind living where I live at all. I mean, I have lots of friends in Texas, and I've built up a really great community of people. It's really, I mean, I think a lot of people think of Texas as like this just conservative, troubled wasteland, and it is that, but it's also what you make of it, and it's the community that you create around yourself. And I love the people that I have there.
Why the Queen of Texas? It's very bold. It represents.
Yeah,
There's so many
okay.
ways to interpret it as well.
Okay, the origin of that was when I was 16. I made it my Tumblr bio. I made it Queen of Texas. At first, before that, it was Princess of Darkness because
Wow.
because I was really into Ozzy, and so he's the Prince of Darkness. I'm so edgy. I'm like 16. I'm the Princess of Darkness, and then I was like, that's actually kind of lame. Like that's actually really corny, and I need to like figure something else out. So on Tumblr, I put like Queen of Texas. And I was telling my dad, I was like, Dad, I'm gonna make this my Instagram bio. And he's like, I don't know about that. It's kind of corny. And I did, and everybody just started calling me the Queen of Texas. Like it just caught on like really immediately, like in my comment sections and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I am the Queen of Texas, and this will be my debut album. So like from like I guess the time I was like 17, I planned on making my debut album called The Queen of Texas.
And was the song already kind of written or framed
I
out?
hadn't written the song yet.
Oh, really?
No.
When was that written?
I wrote that one. That was the first one on the record that I wrote. I wrote that one when I was 18. Yeah, I think it must have been around the time I had just turned 18, I think, because it was one of the first ones I wrote. Maybe it wasn't right when I turned 18. I don't really remember.
It's really interesting because debut albums are kind of the piece of work that represents a person throughout their life up until that point.
Oh, yeah.
But these songs were written more recently,
Yeah, they
from
were.
what I understand.
They were written a year ago, I guess. So I was 18, and when I listen back, I relate to a lot of it, but I don't relate to some of it. Like, I don't relate to the fact that I say in my first song, I'm always alone. I don't really relate to that anymore. I don't really feel that way now. I don't feel lonely anymore.
Were there any elements of the previous EPs that you released that still hung around or provided some clarity in how to approach the music on this album?
Well, I think on my previous EPs, since I didn't have access to the equipment that I had access to on this album, I did a lot of it just on this one synthesizer, and then I made some MIDI patches on Pro Tools, and so they don't sound as warm and real, but I'd say this album is more of what I wanted, because I was able to use this analog equipment with these synthesizers like the Mellotron that I didn't get to use on Jewel Box. So I had to create those on MIDI to sound the way that they did, and they didn't quite sound the way I wanted them to.
Was there any desire to even record on a 8-track onto tape?
I didn't think about that. I know Danny, my producer, he records telenovela on tape, and that sounds really, really cool. But
because when you speak about the equipment that you use and the process, I immediately think of Third Man Records and what Jack White does. And,
oh yeah.
He does a one take, and it's very similar in terms of the analog approach.
Yeah, it's similar, but it's not quite the same. I'd say it's not as difficult doing what I did versus what Danny does with telenovela, where it's all just on this tape. 6
songs, I believe, were released to kind of tease out the album.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah, you know what? I really didn't want to release that many before the record. I wanted to release more of 4 or 5, but I mean, it's what I had to do to because it's my debut.
Right.
And so I had to just I had to hammer it in, because I'm not to the point where I can just be here's the record. Everybody's gonna listen to this record.
You will be at that Beyonce level soon, it'll be a random Thursday.
I hope not, honestly. I don't want that at all.
Really? Why not?
I don't want that level of fame. I don't think I'd be very happy.
Really?
No.
In what aspect? What aspect would not be pleasant for you?
I don't know. I don't think I'd want that much attention on me.
Kind of a juxtaposition of what you
is,
do for a living.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't want that level of fame. I just don't think I'd be happy.
I mean, we see a lot of the scrutiny that people have to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, it's already sometimes it does get to me, just the amount that I already have, which isn't really even that much, And it's hard sometimes, but so I think that if I was on that level, I can't imagine how I would feel.
Well, it sounds like what's going to happen is that this will continue to grow, and you'll be able to buy pretty much all of West Texas.
I'll buy my castle in West Texas.
Castle?
Yeah.
Wow, not a farm, not a big ranch.
No, I need a castle because
the queen needs a castle.
Is a castle.
But would it be westernized? Would there be any?
Yeah, it would be like a Western castle.
Okay. Yeah. Would there be a name for the ranch? Because that's a Western thing.
It'd be like
Solya Ranch? I don't know. I mean,
no, I'd have to think about it.
Okay.
You can hit me up in a month, and I'll have the castle, and we can name it together.
I would love to participate in that. I know you're joking around, but I could come up with stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any pets or anything like that?
I have 2 dogs.
What are their names?
I have a shelter dog. Her name is Baby Perline.
Okay.
And then I have a giant schnauzer named Birdie.
Birdie. See, you're great at naming things.
Well, I actually didn't name either of them.
Oh.
Birdie is my great-great-grandma's name, and Perline, I think my mom came up with that. I wanted to name her something. I think I I wanted to name her Buffy after Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's one of my favorite shows. And I was telling everybody, I'm like, I'm gonna name her Buffy, and everybody was just kind of like, I don't know about that. That's not.
But that's so on brand. So.
Yeah. Oh my God.
With Ozzy and Buffy. And the
Yeah.
dark,
Sometimes I just don't have very good ideas.
the princess.
Honestly. And I need people around me to tell me like, hey, like that's not good.
Okay.
It's not good.
All right. Well, I will participate
Thank you.
heavily in the naming of this ranch.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate the time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And congrats on the release and best of luck on everything else.
Thank you.
It is Solya right here on B-Sides.